yet again. We're to get used to seeing me and get used to the face, get used to the name, get used to the branding, get used to the logo, get used to it, baby, because I'm not going nowhere. The lighting looks a little good today. Saturday morning, and like I said, get used to it. Get used to seeing your girl come through. I know y'all missed me. It's only been a day, right? Good morning. I'm your girl, Finance Muslima. I am your licensed life insurance agent in the states of Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Connecticut, um, Georgia. I am your financial coach. I am all things mindset and money. I am a speaker, author, brand ambassador, um, and as promised on this February beautiful Saturday morning. It's a little gloomy, but I pray you guys are all doing well. I hope everybody has done their prayers, says some sort of affirmations. By now, it's 10 something. So I hope you've done some soul searching before we hop into trying to pull into others. We got to make sure that we're tight. So I'm going to do a Q&A today because I know you guys know I always have the most amazing, interesting, valuable, spot on topics to talk about and give you guys phenomenal tips and actions and resources following those. So talking about the problem, but also giving you a solution. So today I wanted to do Q&A because people have questions that they want answered. So I'm going to address a few questions that I got via email. But while I'm addressing those questions, I'm going to stop and I'm going to converse with the questions that come through, and we're going to have a conversation. I want to answer your money questions today versus me just giving you guys all the loads of information that I always have in mind to share. That means, that can help you guys in various different ways. So today I choose to do more conversation. So if you come through the chat, we're conversating on questions about money. Anything you want to ask me, ask your girl today. Anything you want to ask me, ask me, ask me, ask me. Ask me any questions about money today. So before I dive in, guys, thank you all who've been purchasing the mindset and money game planners. As always, I tell you guys to create products. Create products. We talked about what is your personal money story. We've been talking about that, and people are like, wow, I didn't even know I had a money story that stemmed from. I have my own personal money story that it stems all the way back from when we were children. That's where our money story comes from, our beliefs, what we've been raised under, what we know to do that is right. Everybody have their own personal money story. You need to tap in and know your money story. I feel like it's important before you can jump into, okay, here's my problem currently, and I need to get some help to get to the next level. Because these are the things that I know, but I know it's more things that I don't know in order to help me. So thank you all who've been purchasing the planners. I see a lot of you guys have been downloading the 60 Ways to Cut Back, which is the most creative, amazing digital download, a cheat sheet that I gave you guys. I give on my website for free because we just need to know more creative ways to have fun and with inexpensive, with low funds. So, not saying that we don't have money in our account or, we're just flat broke or none of these things. That's not what it means. And you don't have to figure out ways to cut back when you don't have money. It's ways to cut back and be creative with a little bit of funds and save more, even when you're up. So when you up and got crazy money, you don't have to indulge in all of the expensive entertainment, what you're used to. So the 60 ways to cut back is some really small, fun, creative things that you can get to do on weekends, on your weeknights. your meetups, family things to do, to shift up the mindset and the activity of what we're used to. So thank you guys for that. And I know it's been very helpful. I'm going to create another one similar to that, but for business owners. If you haven't subscribed to the emails, if you're not on the email list, if you did not know that your girl was popping up and coming through to have this conversation, then you're probably not on the email list and you should click the link in the bio and subscribe to the email www.faithfamilyfinance.co and subscribe to the email for the list of freebies. You'll get to know when I'm doing giveaways. You'll get to know when your girl is popping up and having a really dope financial conversation, such as today. You'll know when different things are going on sale and when bundle products are available, and where I'm going to be, what part of the city I'm going to be holding a workshop in, whether I'm going to be doing a free webinar or a paid webinar. You get to know all of those things when you're connected via email, because it's the most amazing way to stay connected. I always encourage you guys, before anything, spend responsibly, check your progress, pay your bills on time, and keep building your credit. And I live by all of these. These are things I'm personally embed in my life every day, and things I'm staying on track with. So I'm not talking about or discussing or sharing anything that I don't do. You guys have been so supportive. It's been really humbling. I will say, to be all the way honest, I was like, yesterday, I was like, wow, I'm a little bit tired. Good morning, Bria. How you doing? Good morning. And I was like, we need to do. I'm going to start doing more mental health check-ins, because today I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Things are rolling, but sometimes we can get it's tiresome. It's hard. It's a lot that not just me, but a lot of us are trying to maintain. So, um, part of a mental health check-in, I want to ask all of you guys, how are you doing today? First and foremost. How are you doing? Leave me a comment in the chat. Let's talk about what's new, avoiding the drama. Some people, we have a lot of crime going on around us, police brutality, things going on at the job, and maybe some personal things going on at home. Mental health check-in. I want you guys to tell me how you feel. Are you happy today? Are you doing well today? Are you maintaining? Do you need a sidebar accountability partner or some uplift pour into you, like, girl, you got this. Don't worry about it. Don't think too hard. I'm here to hold you down. You got it. If you need that, send me a DM, and I promise I'm always uplifting and pouring into others. And I promise you, I'm not always in the best mood myself when I do that, but it helped me helping another person. It will help the mood that I'm in as well, because I get tired. I am tired. I do a lot. I'm not drained mentally. Good morning, guys. I'm not drained mentally, but yeah, I'm tired. I got sleep, not that type of tired, but when you're running a business, you have a personal life, you have investment ventures going on, you're working on your own personal things on the back end, and then you consistently putting yourself on the forefront every day, all the time, to help other people, it becomes a lot. Walaikum assalam, good morning. So the mental health check-in part, it's much needed. And I'm very aware that mental health in our community is becoming a thing now. It's been a thing for me, but for those that it's been a thing for, we probably didn't speak openly about it until other people started doing it, right? Personally, I've been seeing a therapist probably since teenage age, since a teenager. So like a on and off type thing. Now it's like the older I get, I'm more wiser, I'm more disciplined, I'm able to handle things better, but I still need that for other areas in my life now. Like it shifts to other areas, but it's all good. And then with COVID, people are getting furloughed, jobs are being cut back hours, or even people just losing their jobs, getting laid off, not sure how they're going to make more money, not sure how they're going to make things work. There's a lot going on. So y'all gonna see me constantly do the mental health check-in and ask you how you guys are doing, because even myself, we can have a lot of great things going on that we share on social media or things that we doing, but on the back end, we all have our flaws. We all have things that we're dealing with. So, for somebody to ask me how was my day, when you bust through and need my help, or just conversate, like just ask people how they doing, like good morning, how are you, da da da, before you jump into what your problem is, because it's the respectful thing to do, because you don't know if that person is doing well or not before you pull all of your problems and stuff on them. You have to ask people how they're doing. We can definitely make it look good. We're supposed to make it look good, right? But all the time it's not, and that's not for everybody, but you should definitely ask. And if that person decides to um, tell you what's going on in their day, what's going on in their life at that moment, that's solely their choice. But you should offer people um, to at least how you doing, what's up sis, how you been, what's been going on, how's the family, how's business, and that starts a whole conversation from there. But as one of my girls said, like we could be on the phone for hours after that. Like, it just be like that. We need each other per se. It's more than we think that we do. Not that we're relying upon each other to help get through life, because you should be relying on your Lord, on God for that. But it doesn't mean that you don't need people for conversation and various different things. So today is the Q&A. I wanted to do Q&A because I wanted to give you guys platform and space to be able to ask questions and elaborate on some things that you may have going on. And one thing I want to say too, the reason that like when I so even now it's still a thing. Sorry guys. So the reason that we don't tend to the reason that I don't tend to get a lot of feedback um with the Q&A when I do a pop-up Q&A is because people are sometimes shy or not comfortable, or they're afraid to um say what it is that they need help with. They don't want everybody else to know what it is they need help with. And that's not everybody's business. I get it. In my mind, I tend to differ, but everybody's different. So when I do pop up Q and A's, if you're on Facebook, you have the option to use the private Facebook chat. Nobody will see your message. If you're on IG, you have the opportunity to jump in my DMs, or you have the opportunity to leave a comment. My thing is with whatever your question is, and I always address it. My thing is, if you're a person that's serious about your business, if you're serious about your life, if you really want help and you're tired of being sick and tired, then you're not worried about what another person is saying, or you're not worried about um gosh, I might be embarrassed by this, and I don't want to ask a basic question that people feel like I should already know. If you're really serious about your life, if you're really serious about your dreams and goals, if you're a go getter, if you're like, look, this is me, if you're comfortable with who you are and you understand and you're real enough with yourself that you need help, you want more resources, then you're going to get it from the person that got it. If I have it, if you see me speaking it every day and you need it, ask the question. Who cares who's online, who's going to see you? Who cares if you feel like all these other people are doing better than you? Sis, let me tell you something. People portray to do a lot of things and they really don't. These platforms are places where you can really create a lifestyle that you really don't live, or that you really don't know. All of us know people that personally do it. Like, you can be online like, wow, I really know that person, and they're not really like, I really know them and I'm really connected to them, and they're not really living what they talk about. We all know people like that. Like, let's just be real. It is a thing, right? Not that we put people out on First Street, but you have the ability to do what you want to do on these social media platforms. So if you're afraid to ask a question and you need help with, I mean, why? Nobody's perfect. Everybody, the person, let me tell y'all this. The person that is, that you're looking up to, the person that you feel has it all together because that's what they portray. They make it look really well, right? We all wear our problems and struggles very well. The person, well, you should anyway. The person that you feel is, living this lifestyle that's way out of your means, and you really like, wow, that's gold. That's, I'm inspired by this person. That same person might be in the DM of a person asking for somebody else's help in some shape or form. So get this thing out of your mind of, having that fear of not being on the forefront or stepping up for what it is you want, especially my people in a private Facebook group. This what this group is for. It's for conversing. It's for interacting. It's for getting resources. It's for connecting. It's so many dope women in my group from various different cities: Pennsylvania, Atlanta, um, Detroit, Jersey, New York, North Carolina. I don't know. That's six. I got about 6 to 7 different states in my private Facebook group, and when I'm put in a position as that, I'm going to utilize it the best of my ability. I'm going to network with people I don't know. Who has the money and the relationships that you need is strangers. We way too comfortable with people that we know, and in order for us to expand, get more opportunity, go farther in life, kick through those doors that we feel are a little bit difficult to push through, the person, good morning, the person or the people that can help us do that is always the ones that we shy away from the relationship with. Good morning, guys. Good morning. And it's always the stranger, the person, that's the person who have the information. So if you just came online, good morning. I'm doing the live Q&A today. If you have any money questions, thank you so much. Thank you. If you have any money questions, if you have any retirement questions, any financial planning questions, you need a resource, you need a lead, you need to know where is it in direction, anything. Just drop a question, answer a question. We're doing Q&A today. So while I wait on you guys to send some questions, I'm going to go through a few questions that I had in the email, and I'm going to respond to those. Good morning. So the first question that I had in the email that they wanted me to express on the Q&A was the infamous question, right? That everybody wants to know: what is good debt? Everybody wants to know what is good debt. We get debt, credit card bills. We may have student loans. We may be doing payday loans. We may have car payments. All of these things, right? Everybody wants to know what is good debt. So I will tell you this: if you have a student loan, um, hopefully the 50, 60, or 30 to the 30 to 60,000 that you put yourself in the hole with, hopefully that gives you a good career longevity wise, right? So we make the decision to open to take on this debt in order for us to get more education, expand our career, right? So hopefully the student loan is a good debt, and it takes you farther in your industry, farther in your career, give you the knowledge and education you need to blow corporate away, or even come into the business side of things and blow that away and what it is you want to excel in. So student loans can be a good debt. It can be. Um, if you're a person that you have student loans, say you have student loans and one credit card, right? Sometimes people, we want to get our debt down. And if we have a $500 credit card bill, we want to pay it down and get it decreased, which is, yes, I agree. But sometimes people think that paying off all the debt is the thing. So if you don't have no debt on your credit report, and good morning, Queen. Good morning. If you have no debt on your credit report and you have nothing showing your credit history, you have nothing showing you're able and responsible to pay payments on time, your credit history, all in all, then how will a bank or if you apply for business credit, how do they determine if whether or not you're a person that's responsible where they can give you $100,000? So you have to have some type of debt, but not saying all of it. So good debt can be an iffy situation. Again, these topics apply to each person individually. Everybody individual responsibility is different. Everybody income is different, and everybody financial habits or what they have going on is different. Another one okay, so the second side to the good debt part, then you don't, okay, so this is the thing you don't want to do. So if you have a credit card and you're using your credit card on lifestyle, you're using your credit card to buy all these strenuous things that you can't afford. You're using your credit card to run up thousands and thousands of dollars of debt on Christmas time, thousands and thousands of dollars of debt on Black Friday sales, and you do the same thing every year. Everybody, all of y'all do the same thing every year, continuously chasing these sales, using your credit card, running up debt that you can't afford. Because if you can afford it, you should be paying out of pocket for it and not using your Capital One card, not using your American Express card, not using your Discovery card, MasterCard, whatever the case may be. Why use the card if you have the money? Why are you in Lowe's buying another TV because they said they had this fantastic sale and you emotionally got dragged into it after you just bought a TV every year the last 2, 3 years? Where your TV's at? You don't need all of that stuff. That's an emotional sale. That's an emotional habit. You get dragged in by sales and things that you see that you think you need mentally. If you are a person that's consistently doing that, if you're running your personal line of credit up to 20, 30, $40,000, that's bad debt. Today is Q&A. I'm answering all questions about money. If you have a question and you're online, drop me a question. I'm going to help you guys out as I always do. Send me a question. Let's converse and talk today. So if you're running your personal line of credit up, that is definitely a no-no, and that is bad debt. Because then, how long is it going to take you to pay off 20,000 when you don't even have no savings built? When you're not, you're trying to save every month, and you raising the debt. So then it's like you paying $500 a month in debt. That's taken away from helping you save money that you don't have. So do not run your personal lines of credit up to thousands of dollars. Don't do it. Now, if you're talking business credit and you have business credit cards and maybe you have a rehab home that you're working on and it's an investment and you need $500 to go get a kitchen or a stove to put in there so you can get somebody in a property to get that passive income running, right? Where they start to pay you every first of the month, then yeah, I would say do that. But not $500 in the store for things for your children that you feel they need and they don't need them. Break it up, or you get a side hustle and you make more money. Don't continuously drown yourself in the debt, because then every month you're increasing everything that you're paying and what you're responsible for. And as you're increased in debt and you have more debt to pay, you can't save. You can't hit the longevity target because you're so backed up in debt. It backs you up. Living beyond your means is definitely not the way to go. I'm going to answer another question that I had via email about money. And this is one that's always asked too. And it can get misconstrued because people want to base it upon a theory instead of basing this one strictly on their household and their responsibility. So this one is the infamous question. How much should I put in emergency fund? That's the infamous question. How much cushion should I have when life start to happen, right? Everything is good now. We're living amazing. I'm paying my car down. Life is good. We're traveling. The business is profiting. I have a lot of cushion on the back end. My investments are rolling. I'm seeing return on my investments. Life is good, right? But everything that goes up come down. You could be up today, but my thing is to you, if God took it all away or life start to happen, because things do happen unexpectedly next week, and all this stuff just start to happen. Do you have cushion? Do you have an emergency fund? And even the first before that, before the money, do you have the proper mindset that will help you get through struggle, that will help you get through the difficulties and all of the things that's coming up unexpectedly. Before you feel like you need the money to tackle these tasks, you first have to have the mindset, because if you don't have the mindset, if you're not always in control, if you start to think negative when life get crazy, it's not even about the money no more. You messing yourself up and you don't even know what direction to go first because you're not even thinking right. So you have to have the proper mindset first when life start to happen. If you're a person that's always doing game, you're like, I've been through 1,000 things before. It is what it is. Let's figure it out. I'm gonna make this happen. It is what it is. But if you're a person that's you're surrounded by so much negativity, you can't think straight. Your mindset is not where it's supposed to be. You're downplaying it. All soon as you get one bad phone call, your whole day is shifted. Life is going to continuously take control of you, and it doesn't matter how much money you have at that point. You're not going to be able to function on a longevity, consistent basis because listen, you said you want to hit $1 million. How can you handle the pressure of what's going to come with every next level if you can't handle the pressure of what's coming right now in order for you to get to the top of the stairs? So mindset has to be in place when life start to happen, or every day for that matter. And then, okay, it is what it is. We're gonna fix this, but let's be grateful and thankful. Gosh, I got the money. How much money should I put in an emergency fund? Again, everybody's personal situation is different when it comes to this. So, what should be in the emergency fund is so to be on the safe side, I teach and I've been taught by um, my mentors and leaders that the safe way to play it for emergency fund is minimum 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. Some people say that they have been taught to have at least $1,000 in emergency fund. I don't know what you're going to do with $1,000. I will say that if you can't save enough a month as you would like, $1,000 would be a great starting point. If you can do $50 to $60 a month, some people can even do $200 a month. It's a great starting point. But that number, that $1,000 number that people always have in their mind, where did that come from? The number that you should have in your mind, bare minimum 3 to 6 months of living expenses, which consists of rent, it consists of bills, it consists of transportation and food, the four major things: rent, transportation, food, and bills, your utilities. 3 to 6 months bare minimum. So if it costs you, I'm going to give you guys a scenario every time. If it costs you $2,000 a month, if your rent is $1,000, all three of your other things, everything come up to 2,000 a month. It costs you 2,000 a month to live. That's your living expenses. Your emergency fund should be minimum 3 months of that. Two, four, six, 6,000, and that's bare minimum. That's not even including the things that's going to come up in life that you're going to have to tackle. But you'll be like, gosh, at least I got my rent. At least I can pay my utility bills. So if your rent, your utilities, your transportation, and your food, if that costs you $2,000 a month, your emergency fund should be minimum 3 to 6 months. So if we're going to go 3 months times 2,000, your living expense, 2, 4, 6, $6,000 minimum. You got to start building something up in this emergency fund. Once you start building your emergency fund up, it's various different ways where you can, start another savings, an online savings account where you can get interest in that savings account, which would be a chime account on Capital One. Various different places have where you could get 1 to 2% interest. I know some of them were going down probably about a month or so ago. They were under 1%. But the bottom line is online savings account, you're going to get more growth and interest on it than you would get in your national bank. So if you have Wells Fargo, if you have Bank of America, if all these places, right, they have like 0.25% interest. Our money is not meant to grow in the banks. The money we put in the bank is meant to make the bank money. If you want to play the money game properly and correctly, if you want to win, if you want the best rate of return on your money, you have to learn different ways to play the game outside of the bank because that's not the number one source of way to do things. And I always tell you guys money is a tool. We need to make every dollar work for us. If you're not paying your bills, your bare minimum of living expenses, all your other money should not be just sitting in a bank account. You should have some of the bank account so you can have access to it for when you need it, but you should have money in other places growing for you as you're working, growing in your sleep, gaining interest, getting a rate of return on your money. That's the proper way to do things. And I don't care if it's 1%. It's way more than what you're getting in the bank. Thinking you're going to work 2 jobs and rack up 50,000 is not going to happen. You gotta put your money in somewhere where you're going to get a rate of return. So that's the answer to that emergency fund. Bare minimum 3 to 6 months. That's what you should be doing. If you guys have any other questions for me, shoot me a DM. I have free 30-minute discovery calls going on. I have financial planning on sale for half price, $150. You get a full financial plan and a slew of other things. If you want to know what that entails, you can go to my website, www.faithfamilyfinance.co, and see what it is that you need. All of the things are everything is discounted. All of the financial digital products. Black History Month. I told you guys I was going to really, really come through and do my due diligence as I always do. So figure out what you need. Subscribe to the email list www.faithfamilyfinance.co. If you haven't purchased your Mindset and Money Game 12-month financial planners, you can do so online. You guys always want to know what's the strategy and what way should I be building my money? How can I do this? How can I do that? You first need to get started in learning what your daily income versus expenses is. So you can't jump to say I want to do 10,000 a month if you don't even know what's going on a daily and a monthly basis in your life. It's not going to happen. You have to have a game plan. You have to know what it is you want to do. Where are the places to put your money other than the bank? So it depends on your personal situation. If you're trying to just simply get some growth on some money you want to save, a better rate of return, you can do Capital One online savings. You can do a Chime card. They have a savings. I don't know what their exact interest is. Um, you can do Discovery. Discovery card has an online savings account as well. If you're talking money places to put your money longevity wise, that's longevity wise too. But if you're talking playing at an upscale way and you're looking to build money to invest in, you're looking to look you want to look better when you retire, you want to build some wealth, then I would suggest investing in life insurance, the Index Universal Life. It is a product that has three different components to it, and it's a really dope product. You get a nice rate of return on your money. If you're talking investing in life insurance, you get between 8 to 10% growth on your money. That is where the wealthy play. That's the best way to get yourself something going. It is a longevity product. So, like real estate is longevity, it's not a quick return. Life insurance is the same thing. So, it depends on personally what you're looking to do. We have Jewish people, we have our counterparts. They invest in life insurance in their babies when they're born, as they start as young as 15 days old. And they build the account up with a certain amount every month. And, we're always like, how do they, be born into $1 million and have these trust funds and all of these things? You got to learn to invest in life insurance. And if that's something you're interested in doing, you can hit me up for the free 30-minute call and I'll help you with that as well. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. I appreciate you. It's Saturday morning. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I hope you have fun, create some memories, live your life, and also stay connected with your coins. Know what it is, what you're doing with your money. Live good. Do all the things you want to do. Don't live with no regrets, but also don't go too far past the limit to whereas though you're doing crazy things you're going to regret, right? Put the work in now for the rate of return later, and that's just the way it is. You can go to my website, faithfamilyfinance.co, www.faithfamilyfinance.co, and tell a friend. And until then, hope you guys have an amazing day.